Superdome in Houston, Texas. Main Bout Incorporated proudly presents the Battle of Champions. A 15-round contest for the heavyweight championship of the world. Muhammad Ali versus Ernie Terrell.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, the match you have all been waiting for, the championship of all championships, to decide once and for all the championship of the world. Introducing first, your WBA champion in this run-up from Atlantic City, New Jersey, and Chicago, Illinois, weighing in at 212.5 pounds, Ernie Terrell. In out in the corner.
Self-evident.
From Louisville, Kentucky, now making his home in Houston, Texas, the heavyweight champion of the world
for Ali.
at 212.25 pounds, Muhammad Ali.
Now it becomes mixed, boos and cheers.
Your referee for this match, will be Harry Kessler of St. Louis, Missouri, and New York City. Your two judges will be Jimmy Webb and Ernie Taylor, both of Houston, Texas.
Gentlemen, this is the big evening you've been waiting for.
Look at the
three
staff.
knockdowns in one round does not
And
determine
Terrell
the
is
fight.
giving it right
There can
back
be as
to
many
him.
knockdowns as is possible. We are enforcing the eighth.
This could be a long,
mandatory.
long night.
In the case of a knockdown, we must count 8 points. What's the holding? What's the grabbing? In the event of a slip, fall, or knockdown, you go back to the furthest corner and you stay there till I wave you back. You both understand that?
No low punches, right?
Keep your punches high. Shake hands now. Come out fighting.
Hold it. Just to watch the two things.
Heard the champion.
I'll watch. Wait a minute, I'll tell you what I have.
And Harry Kessler. You win or lose a fight in the four corners of a ring. You win it with fists. The bell for round one. Ali surprises by opening strongly. Terrell has said he will take control of this fight from the outset. Now Ali is circling in the familiar movement. Terrell divides the ring by coming at him not in pursuit of the circle, but diagonally. fights in close, he becomes the fighter that Angelo Dundee says he doesn't like. The old Terrell, not the one who trained from a distance, using strictly the left from a distance during the sparring sessions before tonight. It is the grappling, clutching octopus Terrell who makes a fighter look bad. We have 1 minute to go in the first round. That left is mostly slipped. 30 seconds of the first round to go. Two quick lefts, neither doing any damage. The second one completely slipped. We have now 10 seconds to go in the first round. Held for the end of round one. Here's George Chavallo. How did you score the round, George, and why?
How would I give that a 10-9 round to Terrell? He forced the action and got in some pretty good body blows. He out-roughed the champion and close. But I think the champion has much more poise and is moving in a smoother rhythm than Terrell. Terrell seems a little too tense. He's trying to follow the champion, but his arms seem a little tense, and he's not punching as quickly with the jab as I might have anticipated. The champion
who scored around 10 points to 9 for Ernie.
For Ernie Terrell, yes.
And I might quickly state that we're going to be doing this throughout the fight. George will score this fight as he sees it, not as the officials sees it, not as the referee sees it. He will score it unofficially, but with the practiced eye of his experience in boxing. We're getting ready for the bell for round two. Most of the experts think that Ernie will lead in this fight for the first 7 or 8 rounds. And then tie it. Ali is pulling a little of the stuff that he pulled in the first fight against Liston in Miami Beach. That simple little paw. Where Ernie becomes the octopus when he has you against the ropes or in a corner. Thus far, George, Ali has not been able to penetrate Terrell, really, has he?
That's right, Howard. He's trying to, I think I'll embarrass him. He's trying to humiliate him. And I think he's trying to pick up his pace right now. He's scoring a little more on him right now.
Both holding, Harry Kessler said as he broke them apart. Tried to prove he had a right there. He missed, but he showed he'd at least throw it. As far as Ernie's concerned, they've called him the one-arm bandit too long. However, I must say Ali is scoring more now with that left jab, wouldn't you, George?
That's right. He's throwing it more now and connecting more with it.
We have 40 seconds left in round two. Ali is looking for is a Terrell left and then the dropping so that he can cross with a right over it. Lift's beginning to get through between the gloves. We have 5 seconds left of round 2. Ali's left, that is. There's the bell for round 2. Once again, the scoring of it is seen by George Chavala.
Well, the next round was completely reverse of the first round as far as the scoring goes, Howard. I give it a 10-9 to Muhammad Ali. I think he still moving in a smooth rhythm. He got his punches out better in the last half of the round than the first. He started to score with the left jab and tried a couple of 1-2s. But Terrell Stewart's trying to be rough on the inside, and I think he's trying to wear down Muhammad Ali. But he's not too effective on the inside, although he tried to work his uppercuts in well in the far corner. But his movements are scampery, and this is what I think will tire Ernie out. He seems to be a little too tense, whereas Ali is moving around still in a smooth rhythm and perfectly relaxed.
Terrell said he'd take control of this bout from the beginning. Do you see him doing that in any sense? Well, he's only taking control by forcing the fight, but not really taking control of the punching. Clay handled himself very well that round. Analysis by George Chavala as we await the start of round 3. Does his best work, George.
That's why he seems to be very effective this part of the round on the inside.
That's the octopus. And nowhere in evidence up to this point is either the Ali shuffle or the double clutch shuffle. Whatever that may be. He is really the aggressive, Terrell is, up to this point in this round, although he did no damage in that last series of attempted blows. His whole strategy this round, George.
That's right. As a matter of fact, most people thought that Terrell was doing the holding. It's the champion that's doing the holding. The champion's coming on now.
You know from first-hand experience, Terrell can make any fighter look bad.
That left hand sticking out. But right now, he's trying to be a rough fighter, and he's doing a fairly good job of it.
1 minute to go in this round 3. Ernie's left eye is getting red in the corner, George. Have you noticed?
That's right. It's got a little, looks like a slight abrasion.
That's because Ali's left is beginning to get through in between those gloves. And Ernie's been keeping up, in general, effectively. 30 seconds to go in round 3. I think Ali's getting a little annoyed, don't you, George?
That's right.
There it is, the bell for round 3. George, you're scoring in that.
Well, I scored the same as I scored in the second round, Howard. I give the champion 10. I give Terrell 9.
Terrell started fast, as you saw it, but Ali overcame it.
That's right. He picked up the pace and started to put his punches together. Terrell started to rough up the champion in the first part of the round, but later on, the champion moved out very well, got himself off the ropes, and put his punches together very well.
He's working on Ernie's eye, or has been, right now. There is, as you said, a slight abrasion, and the left eye is quite bloodshot.
That's right, it is. Terrell has got his hands up very well. He blocked a lot of the uppercuts and hooks, but the left jab has been getting through.
Doesn't seem to be any danger yet of a cut over that left eye, and yet he put something on.
Yes, but the eye is swelling, Howard.
We're ready for the advent of round 4.
Said he wouldn't go to the stomach.
You never know what can happen in a fight.
That's the Terrell we all know. From the bout against George in Canada, from the bout against Judge Jones. So many of the others he's won, 39 out of 43 in his career. Dancing out of trouble. What was Ernie's complaint there as you saw it, George?
I'm not sure. I think he said he got a thumb in the eye. His eyes
looked like he said the glove wasn't closed. Referee Kessler could deduct if he agreed with Terrell. Terrell's eyes strongly now. 1 minute to go in round 4. It's amazing. Terrell came at him, and the champ slipped that last one beautifully. And so Ernie has him against the ropes and pounds to the back. 30 seconds to go in this round. Crowd gets excited. We have 10 seconds to go. Terrell remains unafraid, but he is not doing the damage that the hopeful crowd reaction would indicate. That's the bell for round 4. How do you score that one, George?
This one I scored even, Howard. Terrell out-roughed the champion. He got him with a good right hand in the far corner, hit him with a good left hook near the end of the round in this corner. But he was getting too much with the left hand, although he did force the action. So in that case, I give them both 10 points.
Judge Chavallo, unofficially, between rounds, scoring each round and explaining why. By no means infallible. You may find later that the judges and the referee disagree with him. Scoring the fight as he sees it on the basis of his knowledge, his experience. George, I suspect that from here on in comes the key test for Terrell. They are now putting the ice bag over that eye.
That's right. It's swelling up very rapidly.
And it's not going to be an easy matter for him to fight off the constant swelling of the eye and the gradual closing up.
That's right. The champion's a pretty good spot picker.
There's the bell for round 5. Brother Rahman might possibly be heard in the background screaming, "Keep moving, Muhammad." Exhortation is hardly necessary. That's all. injured eye. Crowd isn't happy with what's happening now. Ernie shot that left and just missed. Kessler just told both fighters, stop that, holding both of them. An exciting round. Ernie got a right to the crown of the champ's head there, and the champ got two lefts right on that eye, George. Did you see that?
Beautiful left hand. He's trying to take over the completely now in this round. He's right in the punching room. He's not moving too far back. He's right in the punching room.
30 seconds to go in round 5. Not an easy thing for a man Kessler's age and size to break those two apart. We have 10 seconds to go in the round. Octopus against the shuffle, the end of round 5. George, score that one.
Well, I give this one also 10-9 to Muhammad Ali. He's really finding the spot now. He's got Terrell's eye really puffed up. It looks very bad for Ernie right now. The beautiful thing about Muhammad Ali in this particular round was that he was always in punching range. He wasn't moving too fast or too far out. He was always within punching range. Every time he threw the left jab and seemed to find its mark. Terrell seemed to try to rough him up, but he couldn't seem to get to him. A funny thing about Ernie I've been noticing is that he's not fighting his usual type of fight in stance. He's facing to the champion rather than giving him the side. Rather than try to use the long left hand, he's facing him, and I think this is proving to be an easier target for the champion.
It's interesting. And as the viewers were able to see a couple of seconds ago, the minute Ernie gets to the corner, they put the ice pack on the eye, which is not now being as effective as it was a couple of rounds ago. There's a tremendous swelling and welt under that left eye. The beginning of round 6. Great sports writers from all over the world at ringside, including 8 from Great Britain. The crowd manifesting its displeasure with the grappling. That was an ear slip, not a blow. Right, George?
He just tripped. The champion just tripped.
And strangely, in his sparring sessions during the past week, the champ slipped 3 times. Angie Dundee said it was because they were over-vacuuming the ring floor. We do want to welcome our good friends over in England, up in the wee small hours of the morning. A good left by Terrell there. Good boxing in Britain, and they appreciate it. think Ernie is getting discouraged.
He's getting discouraged and a little befuddled, I think, Howard. You notice how high he's keeping his gloves. He doesn't seem to be able to have a real good defense with the jab.
As we have approximately 30 seconds to go in this round, surprised Ali hasn't gone more to Terrell's style.
That's right, but he's not a body puncher anyway.
Never used to be, but started to do it in the Williams fight. We have 15 seconds to go in the round as the crowd starts to boo the lack of action. Should have been prepared for this. This is the way Ernie fights. It makes everybody look bad. And that's the bell for the end of the round. How'd you score that one, George?
Well, I give this one pretty big to the champion. Terrell just didn't do much in this round. He seemed to be befuddled most of the time. And most of the jabs that the champion threw hit Terrell. The eye is getting worse than ever now. It's really puffing up. The champion has still got his poise, and Terrell still looks a little tense and looked a little tired in that round.
Funny thing, the champ's face is still unmarked, and yet most of us felt this was the fight where in the early rounds he'd get marked up and quickly.
That's right, but Terrell hasn't been using that jab like most people thought he would.
He's not fighting at all the way he trained for this bout.
That's right. He was really pumping it in the gym, but you'll notice, Howard, he's holding his left hand up very highly, and he's using it more as a defense rather than as an offensive weapon.
You know why Ali doesn't like to punch to the belly, George?
Well, I guess it leaves his chin all the more open.
Exactly so. And he doesn't want that face mussed up. Round 7. intent, George, just 1 second to be dramatic here. But Terrell said, as long as I can stand, as long as I can see, I'll be throwing punches. Now look at it in slow motion. You see Ali moving in on him. Ripping with the Ali combination. As you're watching this in slow motion, they're doing everything they can. They're closing up the cut over the right eye. They've got the ice patch over the left eye of Terrell. And as you continue to watch in slow motion, as you see Ali pummel him, George, how'd you score the round?
Another big round for the champion, 10-8. He did everything to Terrell but knock him down. Terrell's face as he went to his corner was a crimson mask. And he did everything but fall down. He's showing a lot of heart.
Slow motion, I think, showed you vividly the trouble Terrell was in. Now the bell for round 8. And Ali goes right to the left to the face and lands 2 of them. Now he's working on the right eye. Round 8. This was the round Angelo Dundee told this reporter would be the final round of the fight. But he said the 6th round would end it in Germany against Mildenberger. And once again, you have to win it in the ring, not from the corner. Joe Louis has just joined us. Ernie got a glancing left against the champ then. Joe, your mic is now open. How bad do you think the thing is for Terrell at this moment?
Well, it looks bad. You know, I'm watching the fight. I'm watching Terrell fight. His best punch he not use is jab.
That's the point Chevalo made early. He's not fighting the way he trained in the ring.
Yeah, that's right.
But look at his guts.
Oh, he got a lot of guts. He got a lot of guts. But Terrell, I know to have a good left, and that's something he's not using.
One has to wonder why he changed his strategy.
That's right, Howard. He's been made to change strategy because he's getting pummeled around the face, so he has to use his left hand as a defensive thing rather than a defensive weapon.
Exactly so. That's what Patterson did. Now he's hitting him again, much the way he did in the 7th round. Ali against Terrell. That's exactly, you'll remember what Patterson did to Johansson that June night, 1960, when he recaptured the heavyweight title. He nullified Johansson's right, and tonight Ali has nullified Terrell's left.
Clay is talking to Terrell.
He's asking what his name is.
Said he'd humiliate him. I hardly think it's necessary. Don't you agree, Joe?
I don't know about that.
We have 30 seconds to go.
I think Clay can do what he wants to do in the ring.
Just happened in the ring. It spoke for itself.
Wait, how you see what Clay asked him? Said, what's my name?
That was the big 3-word question that was answered last Saturday on television in advance by Ernie Terrell. He said his name is Cassius Clay. How'd you score that round, George Chevalo?
Another big round for Muhammad Ali, Howard. 10th round. He had things pretty well his own way that round. Terrell is just using a left hand defensively, not his offensive weapon, as I said before. And he can't do much damage when he's holding up to his face all night.
I must say that Terrell looks in bad shape.
Certainly does right now. The viewers are taking a good look at him in the corner. Sealing up the right eye again, using the ice pack on the left.
This probably the last round of the fight, too.
Think so, Joe?
This probably the last round
Prediction
of the fight.
by Joe Louis that round 9 will be the last round of the fight. Let's see. You remember it didn't happen that way in Germany, Joe.
Tell the truth, you know what I think now? I think Clay is acting somewhat like on the Floyd Patterson fight. Remember knocking down the 6th round?
That's why I asked you the question. Do you think that he's deliberately doing this?
I think so.
You do? What do you think, George?
I think so. He's just letting him hang on. He's trying to humiliate him like he said he would.
These are matters of opinion only. Most of you would understand. Can see Ali is just using the left when he wants to, and getting through now as well. Notice the gloves are no longer so close together, George.
That's right. He's holding up now. He's dropping his left hand a little bit too.
To go in round 9. And I suspect, Joe, that your prediction will go by the wayside.
Well, we still don't take the 10-second time out, so what we can sacrifice.
Do you think the referee should at this point?
No, not right now.
No. The champion isn't doing any damage yet. For whatever reason. We have only 30 seconds to go in round 9. End of round 9. How do you score that one, George Chavallo?
Well, this round's a little closer than the last one, only because the champion didn't care to throw as many. He seems to have Terrell pretty well at his mercy. So, Terrell still has his eyes puffed up, but Ali just isn't pressing things. Looks like he wants to go just a little bit further.
I'd like one quick question of Joe Louis before you go, Joe, and thank you for coming by. You are regaled as perhaps the greatest champion who ever lived.
Oh,
Is Ali a great fighter?
No question about it. Tonight he proven it.
Thank you, Joe Louis. We await the start of round 10 with, once again, it's become a redundant scene now. The challenger getting treatment over both eyes. Is now just taunting him with words right from the opening bell. Good left, surprisingly, by Ernie. Although it landed high on the chest. Shoulder area. doubt that there'll be any penalty. Ernie's fifth blow of the night.
That's right, a very good left hook flush on the chin.
1 minute to go in the round. Strangely, we said that it was very possible that Ali was tormenting him. Ali doesn't look that fresh anymore, George.
That's right, he does look a little tired. I stopped taking a deep breath there.
30 seconds left in the round. A couple of those blows by Ernie were low, but the crowd understands. He's a tired fighter who was bent over. No malice intended. The end of round 10. I know it's getting very, very repetitive, George, but how did you score that one?
Well, actually, I have a little surprise. I think this round was even because the champion chose not to do too much in this round. He got hit with a pretty good left hook in the first part of the round, but he did come back with a couple of good flurries at the end. But Terrell did force it and hit him with a good left hook in the far corner and was pressing with the jab.
By way of recap, what's your total score at the end of 10?
Well, I have Muhammad Ali with 8 rounds, the winner, and he won 8 rounds. 1 round for Terrell and 1 even.
8, 1, and 1. You've got it overwhelming then for the champion up to this point.
In my book, the only way Terrell can win is by a knockout. Pretty well.
There you see Terrell's face. Just missed, and the left didn't really get there either. It was in the 7th round that Ali did his damage to Terrell. Ernie's been fighting on nerve ever since. Ernie keeps coming back. We now have a minute to go in the round.
That's right. Ernie is trying hard. He has replaced the size, at least on his face, or marks the size of pecan nuts, over and above both eyes.
Let's go back up there. Let's go back. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Yeah, Harry Kessler say thank you very much as he broke the fighters. gets the feeling it's the Green Bay Packers running out the clock. End of round 11. Your analysis, George, and your scoring.
Well, it was a 10-8 round. This time, Howard for the champion. He seemed to have things pretty well his own way. Terrell started to force the action a little in the fight, but the champion hit him with pretty good combinations, usually the right uppercut and the left hook following. They both look a little tired right now, but the champion still seems a little fresher than the challenger.
One of your old favorites, one of everybody's old favorites, is approaching us at ringside. George, this is a boxing match, but the guy is a boxing fan, has been for a lot of years, knows the business. Joltin' Joe DiMaggio. He should be with us in just a couple of minutes, and we're going to bring him on, if only to say hello. Round 12 coming up. Aggressive as this round starts, it may be that he's going to try to finish it this time, George.
That's right. He's standing very flat-footed and throwing some good punches.
Oh, Terrell tried desperately to measure Ali with a right. As you saw, couldn't bring it home. We're going to show you that desperate right that Ernie was in slow motion in the second round. Ali is now pummeling Terrell. Just moving in next to us, for you general sports fans who are watching this bout, the guy who just walks with grace and walks with class. Joe DiMaggio has just joined us. The older he gets, the better looking he gets. Terrell's got courage, but little left. Wouldn't you say, Joe?
Yes, I'd have to say that myself. I think that Clay has still got plenty of left, you know. I think right now he'd like to finish him off, but he's not giving him much of an opening, as you can see, Howard.
You had the same problem with Bob Fella. We've got 30 seconds to go in this round.
Still must admire that man's courage up there, Howard. He's
come back round after round after round. We questioned before whether Ali was just tormenting him. Could have put him away earlier after the damage of the 7th round, Joe. Joe Louis said he thought he could, and George Chuvalo said he thought he could. But now it doesn't appear that he can. We're approaching the end of this round, a matter of seconds.
It looks like the Clay is beginning to tire just a little bit, and he's lacking the steam up front.
That's true, and that, of course, was the end of round 12. And I can, speaking for George Chuvalo, tell you he scored a 10-8 for Ali. As we look at the shot of Terrell, there's the right that he threw so desperately that missed. I agree with what Joe DiMaggio just said, George, that Ali himself looks tired now.
That's right, he does. Previously, he looked like he could take out his man anytime he wanted to. But right now, Terrell is holding on desperately, and Ali is having trouble. A lot of the punches he throws are being blocked by Terrell. Terrell has his hands up very well. But of course, like I said before, he just isn't throwing enough.
Ali should be tired. When one thinks that a week ago tonight, He was just getting back to Houston from Cleveland. Would you believe it, Joe? A week before the fight, he went up to Cleveland for farewell to Jimmy Brown Day. Spent 2 days up there. All right, round 13. Joe DiMaggio is leaving us to go back to his seat, and I'll tell you, some men never age. George.
So he's put up a very courageous stand tonight. Doesn't have any chance of winning, it seems, but they still are pitching, still looking to land the big right hand or left hook.
For a guy who's supposed to run out of stamina, Terrell has done a remarkable job of standing up. We have only 1 minute to go in the 13th round. It begins to appear more and more likely that this bout will go 15. Ernie has been fortunate in one sense, George Chavallo. The cuts are under the eyes, not over them.
That's right. The blood isn't streaming down into his eye. If it was over his eye, he'd be in much more danger.
The fight would have been stopped a long time ago. We have but 15 seconds to go in this round. End of round 13.
That's right. This was a little closer round. It was a 10-9 round for the champion. The pace slowed down somewhat. I think both the boys are a little tired, but Terrell's stamina has surprised most everyone, I think, tonight. I think the 7 or 8 pounds that he has added in the past few months has helped him considerably.
Terrell is now being examined by a commissioned doctor. He is, as you can see, or has just looked at the eyes and apparently given permission for the bout to continue.
The left eye looks almost shut, Howard. I don't think it take too many more jabs to close it completely.
What impels a man to go out there?
His pride and always the fact that he has the chance. He still has a chance. After all, there are 2 rounds left.
heavyweight, George. Do you still want another shot at Ali?
I certainly do. Howard, I think I'm the type of fighter that can beat Muhammad Ali. In order to beat the champion, I think you have to stand top and keep on a sustained attack, which Terrell hasn't been able to do. Terrell is really fighting the champion's fight, not his own fight. If he was fighting his own fight, he'd be backing up and trying to nail the champion coming in. He was fighting the champion's fight.
Necessary to describe that which you are saying. We have 1 minute to go in the 14th round. Go in the 14th. I suspect as soon as the round is over, the commission doctors will come up again. Has scored at 10 for Ali, 8 for Terrell. Some deeply sensitive soul, very nearly behind us, is exhorting the champion to do further damage to Terrell's face. He's just told the champion that Terrell's face looks like a hamburger, but it's apparently not enough to satisfy this frenzied soul.
That's right. Terrell is now having his eyes worked on. This is the last round, and he still looks fairly strong. I think he'll make out the fight. I think he'll last the limit.
I got to respect that, Terrell.
That's right. Nobody expected the fight to go this far. It's been a very gallant stand.
Fight was not an exciting fight, not an epic night in boxing history, but a night when a heavyweight champion of the world, whatever one might think of him for other reasons, may have proved himself. According to Joe Louis, he has. We are not judging the score. That will be done by the officials. But it would be terribly, terribly hard to see how, under any circumstances, Terrell. It see it there before your eyes. It's the story of this fight. We have 1 minute to go in the final round.
Not sure whether that's blood from Ali's nose or blood that's poured onto him from Terrell.
I believe it's the blood from Terrell. As you can see now, it is blood from Terrell, not from Ali. Seconds away from the formal end of the bout. Fight is over. I'm going to be going up into the ring. Once again, the round is gone by George Chuvalo's scoring to Ali. And according to George, Ali has won 13 rounds, lost one was even. Let's wait for the verdict of the officials as this reporter gets up into the ring to talk with the winner.
You got a sticker? Howard Terrell.
Am I open, Ronnie? Am I open? This reporter is in the ring, awaiting the official verdict.
Get in, George.
They are still working on Ernie's eyes.
Hey, let him in.
And Muhammad Ali is comfortably in his corner with Angie Dundee moving his gloves.
Go ahead, George.
Yes, George, come on in the ring by all means.
We're doing what that man right there tells us to, and he told us to keep everybody out of the ring, so that's the reason we kept him out. Understand?
Perfectly all right. We continue to await the count of the officials. At the moment, I'm looking at George Hammond, who took over Ernie Terrell recently. George, I wonder if you'd be good enough to put that earphone in. Ernie Terrell is now walking over to congratulate, before the official verdict, Angelo Dundee. Ernie, I wonder if you'd come over here for just a moment. Well, I've lost the earphone, and it doesn't matter. I'm going to trust we're on mic and viewing those cameras. You know you've lost this fight before the verdict.
Well, not before the verdict. He did an awful lot of fouling. He took my eye and rubbed it against the top rope, and I was seeing two of them. I couldn't know which one to jab at. So that's why I was wild.
It didn't seem to me, though, honestly, Ernie, that you fought the fight the way you planned to. That you were using that left the way you did in training.
The first couple of rounds was the way I planned. But then he took my eye and rubbed it against the top rope. I was seeing three of them from the third round on.
Would you want another crack at him?
Certainly.
What do you think the official verdict will be? One-sided?
I don't know.
You still hate this man?
I don't hate the man as a fighter. I still dislike what he represents and what he said. It's unnecessary. It's not in court, and he shouldn't bring it in. I respect all fighters for ability, but not for nonsense.
Ernie, I want to say this to you. You've shown great dignity throughout the recent weeks and great courage. My congratulations to you.
Thank you.
We now await the decision.
For Ernie Terrell, 138. For Muhammad Ali, 148.
148 to 138, the first official card.
From Judge Jimmy Webb, Ernie Terrell, 133. Muhammad Ali, 148.
An overwhelming second card.
From Ernie Taylor, Ernie Terrell, 137. Muhammad Ali, 148.
As you can see, an overwhelming, unanimous decision.
I repeat, the undisputed champion of the world, Muhammad Ali.
Champ, you've just taken my earplug, which no longer matters. This is the camera we are looking at. First, my congratulations to you on the clear victory that you won. Second, Ernie Terrell, I must tell you this, has just told me that you fouled him, and that's what caused the damage to his eye. What's your rejoinder to that?
I was just waiting for the excuse, and that's it. And I like to say, as usual, always thank Almighty God, Allah, for making me successful as usual with Ernie Terrell, and to be able to come out of the ring with no scratches at all on my face. And I'd also like to thank the Honorable Elijah Muhammad for the religion of Islam that he teaches us in America, which has enabled me to fight so regular and live a clean life. And I also would like to say, this is my manager, Herbert Muhammad, who is the son of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. And just before, I'd like to announce that the next thing for my fans that we will do is take a trip to the Middle East, Saudi Arabia, to the pilgrimage of the holy city of Mecca at the invitation of King Faisal.